Hey folks, this is William Thomas Anderson, just doing a quick kind of a rough audio demo of the new slide that my partner and I have designed and are taking to market. My partner Mitch Smith is a world-class wood instrument maker. He makes Irish whistles and has been renowned for his skill in that area, but he and I, we've been friends for years now, and came up with the idea of doing a slide, a guitar slide, with the wood, the same wood that he makes whistles out of. So this is Gidgee wood, Australian Gidgee wood, and it's an extremely hard wood, and it's also an exotic wood, as you'll see in the photo. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork as well as being a slide. What I'm really loving about this slide, as we'll listen to in a quick second here, is it really brings a compressed tone to the slide playing, and that for me is an exceptionally good thing. I typically play under high gain circumstances. I don't do a lot of light typical sounding slide stuff that you might hear in country, even with slide steel and that other kind of stuff. But I'm a high gain player, swamp rock stuff, and for me the brass and the glass have been problematic, frankly. Number one, when I play the brass, well, both brass and glass, the high frequencies, the high frequencies, really get out of control when I play, and it's just something that's been a challenge. So I've played a limited amount of slide just due to that one factor. But also too, when I play my brass slides, they're really heavy, like they're almost kind of clunky feel to them, though I prefer them to the glass. Glass has a lighter feel to it, but tonally for me the glass just hasn't really worked. It hasn't worked well on a high gain, and neither has brass for me. So, but when we tried this, when Mitch actually suggested to me, hey, let's try making a guitar slide, I instantly thought, nah, that's not going to work. It's just going to sound dull and whatever. Dull was really the word I thought. But the bottom line was, he made one up for me. The interior, inside diameter for me is a 20 millimeter fit, and he sent it over to me, and I've been playing it for the last couple of months, and I gotta tell you, it's really kicking some serious butt. Tonally and also feel, it's very light feeling. So it reminds me of the glass, except won't break, of course. And then there's Pyrex. It's also made, slides are made out of. But so nice light feel to it, but at the same time a really great compressed sound. So those high notes where we're not really, I don't know, almost harmonically, I think to some degree, those high notes are coming out and getting out of hand. So anyway, with no further ado, I'm not the world's greatest slide player, so don't take my playing as an example of the quality of the tone on the slide necessarily. But I've been monkeying around. It's standard tuning E. I'm using a Gretsch 6120 Nashville with stock pickups. It is though a 12-string and a 6-string double neck, so not that that's such a big deal, but it is, quite frankly, the best guitar ever made in the world, I think. Hollow body, incredible. But anyway, so I'm just going to do some monkeying around here. Standard tuning. I'm going to work in D, or sorry, the key of G, so something like this. that's it. A little bit of rock and roll for you. And with that said, there's there's a multitude of things I could do to kind of demo this, but like I said, I just wanted to do a quick thing at this point just to get an audio sample out, so some folks can have a sense of what it sounds like. I'll just switch over to maybe a clean sound for a little bit. It's a pushed Fender sound. I should probably say that I'm recording this through a Mesa Boogie rectifier recording preamp, and I've got vintage tubes in it, and it's a killer piece of gear. Love it. That was the second channel that was on a vintage setting, to give you some kind of idea. And then right from there it goes into a Tascam US 1641, and then straight into the DAW. So nothing really in between there. I've got a little bit of reverb. I've got a G system, TC Electronic G system, governing the whole rack setup. So there's a little bit of reverb set up, but this is a little more on the clean channel, playing the same thing, but it's a push clean sound. More of a clean sound. It's pretty dirty still too, but that's rock and roll for me. Basically comparable to a pushed Fender, maybe with a bit of, there is some overdrive push in the front of it. So yeah, clean channel. Wish I was a better slide player. I'll tell you, if I had one of these, I'd be playing a whole lot more, as I am now, as of recently. So, there's a little bit of compression on that. But yeah, that's the Gidge Slide, imported from Australia, exotic Gidgee Hardwood, native to Australia, made by a world-class instrument maker, Mitch Smith. And again, my name is William Thomas Anderson. If you need to get a hold of me in any way, right now, I mean, we've made the first run of them. We're keeping the run small right now. And our second run will be shipped next week here in America. I'm in the greater Seattle area. So anyway, we'll have more on the way, but right now we're focusing on 18 millimeter inside diameter, and then 20 millimeter, and that's kind of a large and small, if you will. Pretty comparable to other standard sizes, I suppose. But so if you need to get a hold of me, you're welcome to Google William Thomas Anderson. I come up through my different bands and stuff in any search engine, or you can email me, all lowercase, William_T_Anderson@hotmail.com, and that's a T as in Thomas, and Anderson has an SON at the end, and at hotmail.com. So just send me a quick email. Right now we're at, we've got it set at a $29.95 US cost plus shipping, and we're excited. We've got some slides going out to some major rock and roll artists here next week. We're excited to get their feedback, and so there'll be more to come. We are obviously working on a website or a web page that'll streamline things here, but we're right out of the starting gate, and all of a sudden we're trying to run to keep up. So I had to get this out, but we'll be doing a formal video here as soon as possible. I'm not set up to do videos very well at my in my home studio. So with that then, thanks very much for your interest, and we're looking forward to getting these out into the hands of as many people in as short a period as time, and really especially help those high gain players reel in those high highs and get a really killer tone for their slide work. Good for every guitar player. Every guitar player needs a slide. I'm not primarily a slide guy, but I own several of them, and I'm really excited. I have to say, I mean, I'm all in. I'm very excited to not only to own one of these, but to be able to help other artists, guitarists, and it's great for beginners and experts alike. So with that, I'll leave that with you. Yeah, I'll see you or hear you in the next videos that we put out. Thanks, everybody.